you go.
Thank you.
All right, so we have come out of executive session at 6:50. It is the Community Development Advisory Committee meeting for Wednesday, September 3rd. Let's have roll call, please.
Jordan Trice, 5th District.
EJ Engler, 1st District.
Marilyn Austin, 6th District.
Michelle O'Loughlin, member at large.
Mary Ann Callahan, mayoral appointment.
John Brunza, mayoral appointment.
Justin McGregor, sorry, go ahead. Sorry, Deborah.
Deborah Hogan, mayoral appointee.
Justin McGregor, 7th District, and the chair of the CDAC. All right, did everyone get the minutes from our last meeting?
Yes.
Do we see anything that we'd like to change? Do I have a motion to accept the minutes as they are?
I'll make the motion to accept.
Do we have a second?
I'll second
Jordan? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Seeing none, unanimously carried. All right, so we are entering fiscal year 52, application review and update.
So each one of you should have gotten, in front of you is a physical copy of the CDBG and ESG applications for last year. So it is now up to you to make any modifications. Obviously the dates will be changed. Of key points you may want to look at for CDBG, you may make a decision. I have not talked to the mayor's office yet on if he still wants to do minimums. Just so you are aware, city council basically went away from what the mayor had, because the mayor tried to push it back to the 25 minimums and went to what you guys have made recommendations for. So it's up to you if you think there needs to be a minimum or not. Then let's see, other major issues are if you want anything specific to be in here, if you want certain items to be included on the application. Before it goes very far, I'll just say the question, what is the minimum? I probably said this many times before. What is the minimum your agency needs to operate? If you ask an agency this question, this is from my years of experience, they will say exactly what they asked for. And then you say, well, we can't give that to you, unfortunately. And they'll say, we'll take less. So it's not a useful,
What can you give us?
it's not a useful question.
Okay.
So be aware of that. The budgets, the overall budgets, basically the table 1 is your overall budget for your program, including other source or different funding sources for your program. And then the breakdown on table 2 is, when you break down your salaries or whatever else, what's going to be CDBG, what's not going to be. 2 key points. One is, and we can talk about this in the next bullet point, if you want to do a point system, we would include a sheet on that on point system, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And the other one is, please look at, I handed it out, I thought, yes, priority needs. So this ultimately were the needs and goals that were identified in the con plan. This is sort of based off of the kind of your guys' wish list or general wish list. Run through me and then run through city council, and this is our ultimate final goal. 3 of those needs are high priority leads. The other ones are lower priority needs. Now this can impact the applications themselves if you determine it. Normally, anybody who's going to apply is going to need to meet one of these needs somehow with their program. If you're going to do a point system, you probably need to put more points in higher priority needs than lower priority needs. So just be aware of this and how it's going to impact the applications for the nonprofits when they apply for service program and capital projects. So discuss, we can make updates or anything you guys want on that. Just let me know what you want to do.
Have you ever done a point system before?
We'll talk about it, yes. We'll talk about it after we get with this. But if we do want a point system, it'd be a separate page, and we'll talk about points in a bit.
Okay.
I did like a point system, but I didn't want it to be an overly elaborate point system. I was thinking like a 1, 2, 3 kind of a thing. Like that's what I was thinking. Like
Yeah.
if you're directly helping the homeless, like the YMCA or something like that, you would get the 3 points. But say if you're something like the Boys and Girls Club, which is more of a youth program, you would get like 1 point, because yes, you're helping keep families together, you're giving kids something to do, but you're not directly getting people off the streets, which I feel like is what we really truly need at this point, getting people out of the hotels, getting people back into a
Yeah.
stable housing situation.
Do you want to roll into the points too? So we can just include this as part of the discussion, because maybe so we're not keeping it separate, if you guys
Do
want.
we want to discuss points first?
We can just discuss it kind of at the same time, because it might
Okay,
help.
that's fine.
My suggestion, we did a point system to answer your question a few years ago. You might remember. Here's the thing. We did a point system. Everybody evaluated it, came down to it, and then people's favorite projects didn't have high enough points, and they basically chucked the points out. So
Sorry.
that was-
Yeah.
I brought-
2 years before COVID, right?
it was a few years, yeah. So I brought this
My
up
first
at
year.
a planning thing, and I was told by a city council member, well, then it wasn't a good point system. I'm like, well, that was their decision. So if you're gonna do a point system, stick to it. Make sure you actually stick to the point system. Be aware how you do ratings and points, both subjective and objective ratings. You need to stick to it, even if a program you like, really like, does not get enough points. So you have to stick to it. That's the key.
Maybe that's not a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, I can see some reasons why it would be good, transparency, accountability, it holds us accountable so we're not biased and everything like that. But I kind of feel it takes away the subjective nature of our group. I mean, there's a reason why there's a number of us. There's a reason why, we're kind of pulled from all aspects of the community, and we like different things. And my opinions on a project may change if I hear something from community people right up until the day of deliberations.
We also identify different needs in the community, which is important.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
We are all seeing from our perspectives. You and I live in the ward. We would see things differently than the South Side would see them.
Absolutely.
So that makes a difference too.
And then the question comes up when you all have different points for different programs, how do you reconcile all that? So that can be difficult as well. I will say this though, you can do a point system, and they do this with the ESG, well, not ESG, they do this with what's it called? The COC funding from HUD. It's not ESG money, but it's homeless funding from HUD, just from different sources. They're required to use a point system. Now, all those programs are homeless programs.
Exactly.
So there's that. But they have sort of these objective questions. And I do the ranking. I'm always on the ranking and ratings. I'm an independent person who can do this. So there's some objective ones. Those get filled out automatically. Does your agency spend your money? Does your agency serve, what's your retention rate? What's your link to homelessness rate? That stuff is solid numbers. You can't even modify that. But there are also subjective numbers, and that's where it comes in. Did the agency present a program you like? Did the agency meet a need that you identified? So you're getting both objective and subjective together. But again, then it comes down to how do you reconcile it? Do you average everybody's numbers or what? So.
And it's also hard because you're not seeing them all in one night. It's spread out. So I might rate something too high in the beginning, and then I like something at the end.
Yeah.
Or you hold back at the beginning. Because
Right.
You're like, oh, one of our groups that we liked before is coming up.
Right. Yeah.
Let me ask a clarification question. Are we talking about the services part of the budget when we're talking about this?
All of them.
Everything, yeah.
Everything, okay. Because if we're talking about the services part, we might need a different kind of evaluation system. Because it is more broad-based, it's
Yeah.
more
It's not
holistic.
that close.
Yeah, it's not that way. So we
I
might
think
wanna
we're saying we
have,
know. then.
different kinds
Different.
of
Is it that we're saying
procedures or the strategies when we look at different parts of the grant. Because that's gonna make a big difference.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
What do you guys think?
I think you guys can also vote on whether you do or you don't want the point system.
You actually, yes, please do. Thank you. Please do. So I have it and available. So that was great.
Yeah, I saw that. That was.
That was like lightning flashes.
Mhm.
I thought my finger had somehow transported up to the top and I blocked it. So yes, please vote yes or no on the point system if you could.
So,
This is it.
all in favor of a point system? Or those in favor of a point system, say one.
I'm the only one. It's all right.
Well, we should do a motion and so on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to vote on a point system, whether we should have a point system.
Do we have a
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Okay.
Do we have a second?
Before I vote, what are the other options? Then just to read through them and we vote and rank them
A
and do it that way?
deliberative process, yeah. Which is
I've
what
done
we've always
This
done.
is what
Oh,
we've
okay.
regularly done.
How long does that typically take?
Oh, we're very good at it.
Oh,
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
We're here for
You're
months.
going to be here in the spring still talking about stuff.
We
Asia,
shall come now
May.
and literally the last day of, what is it, March?
Pizza party in May.
Yeah.
How many proposals
I'll
typically come in?
second that motion.
Usually about 2 dozen.
Okay.
See the packet there?
Yes.
No, I mean
This one.
this white.
This
Oh.
here.
That's
Yeah.
all
Those
of
are-
them from
oh,
last
Oh, I
year.
have other stuff in there, so I
It's not-
save everything
yeah.
they give me
It's
because they
not
come
too
in and they
No, it's
talk
not
and
overwhelming. You'll see.
It's, yeah.
It's organized
That
chaos.
was my thing, is if it's
No.
organized so that we can
Yeah.
keep track
Oh,
of it
yeah.
because, and then my second question.
Mhm.
Remind me again, who set the priority levels and how were these established?
So multiple things. That was based kind of like I couldn't get CDAC to vote on because we were sort of time crunched at the end, but that's sort of based off of some wish list items from CDAC, and then going between my interpretation of the needs, and then it went through City Council, and City Council kind of made the final determination for a lot of those. So, and then that was what was approved. So it's you guys, me, City Council.
And city council's recommendations were a little different than ours, if I remember correctly.
For budget or for?
For the
Priorities?
It's,
priorities.
yes.
Because we would never have made certain of these low priorities, or even to say high and low rather than.
Oh, okay.
Moderate or something.
Yeah.
We
made a
This is
scale.
little-
Didn't we
this
rank
is a
them
little
one to
extreme.
10?
I'm
Not
sorry.
really. No, we didn't get that far really
Yeah.
to rank
you
them.
guys
I was-
Yeah.
I think you guys just
Yeah,
made
but then
a list of
Yes.
what you would like to see.
Yes.
And we
going
we
forward.
based that list based on what we
Oh, we
saw
never went
in the
back and finished
community
that?
as
Oh,
needs.
I think you
We
did
didn't
finish it, but I don't
necessarily.
think you ranked them.
We didn't rank them because we said these are all needs.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
I will say the priority needs those were some things I had said, but then City Council also wanted them
Well,
to be ranked high as
There's,
well.
there's a hint of
Isn't it?
politicization
But
here.
the housing, homelessness, and blight are the ones that I
Yeah.
kept hearing both from you guys
Yeah.
and from the
But not to
community.
the exclusion of other.
Well, the other
projects.
ones aren't excluded; they're just lower priorities.
Yeah, but you might as well. say
They're all-
that
they
they're
all
not
should
gonna
be
get the same
moderate.
kind of attention.
They all should
Yeah.
just be,
Yeah.
whatever.
And then based on agency that we're looking at
You
too,
know,
the
yeah.
ability of the agency to provide those services.
Okay, well,
We got off the track.
We got off the track.
All right,
For-
so there's
right
still
now we have a
No, but we
second.
need to know this.
who's seconding the?
Michelle is seconding the motion to have a vote on whether we like or dislike
A point
a
system.
point.
It should be.
system.
You should vote on whether you want to use a point system for the.
Okay, motion to use a point system seconded. All in favor?
I'm in favor.
One.
One, solo dolo.
Opposed?
Me.
You abstains too.
You guys want beef?
Oh, it's,
Are
you voting yes?
No.
Are you gonna abstain?
No.
It was gonna be-
He's got the.
Oh, one,
That's
two,
how it's gonna
three.
work, but
6.
Yeah,
7.
everybody-
7. Okay.
I've done a point system.
107. Motion does not pass.
And it was just-
Motion fails.
So no point system.
No point system.
Thank
I
you
mean,
very
I
much.
think we've been doing okay for the last
Okay.
couple years
Yes, we have.
by not having
Hmm.
one. But
Well, the fact that city council is going along with our recommendations is proof of that.
Yeah.
I think that we're going back to the application. then,
Yes.
right?
Okay. So
Yes.
no points. The fact meeting points.
No
So,
points back.
but you still need to take into account the priority needs.
Right.
Yeah.
Which we always do.
Which we can. One thing we can do, and it typically is not listed in here. I could have a section in here where it says on the application itself. Let's see. This page here. Application cover sheet. I could put in here what priority need or goal does this project need, and then they have to review the con plan,
I do like that. I like that aspect
and
of
then
it.
they can identify it in there.
Where are we?
Sorry, it's application cover
application.
sheet. Honestly, this is probably the one you're gonna wanna look at the most, because these are the meaty questions you're gonna wanna know.
I was just.
And this is pretty much the same or very, very similar to the ESG one as well.
Okay.
The ESG one does not need priority goals. It's homelessness. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
homelessness.
Self-explanatory.
Equal priority.
I do like, where they would have to put down what priority they're, or what goal they're hitting.
Okay.
I do feel like it, I don't know, should we have them only choose the best one that fits their program?
Absolutely.
I'm thinking like NOMA, because NOMA can check a lot of these off. They support local businesses, they're helping to reverse or reduce negative socioeconomic trends, like, they would check a lot of these, but I feel like they should choose the best one that really fits their.
Best one or top three?
Are you saying they would work
Do you guys-
off that sheet to do
I
it?
mean, is this what
That's another.
city
I was
council
gonna
is
ask,
working
does it
off
have
of?
to be one of these, or can they make up their own?
It's gotta be one of these.
priority
Can
level?
they make their
It's
own?
gotta
It's
be
gotta
one
be
of
one of
these.
these.
It was approved by city council.
This is what the con plan, the 5-year con plan identified as priority needs, and the goals are based off these priority needs. The goals are like one word. They're like housing.
We're stuck with these?
Yes, for 5 years.
Charming.
Unbelievable.
Well, we didn't put our
Not
own
really.
priority numbers in. We just listed them.
That's valid.
But it does
Like something that
address,
gets super
first off,
specific.
understand, this does address every program you funded last year.
We
So
did.
every project you funded last year is eligible under this.
Yeah, but are they going to see the high and low next to their
Support local
projects?
business. Wow.
Because if that,
The agencies that apply,
yeah.
I guess they could if you wanted to.
Well, see, that's.
I don't think they should.
I don't think they
No,
should.
because then they will always put that.
Or
they're
we
in
give
the
them-
home.
I think we should just
Opportunity
give
to
them the
put-
need names
And then say.
and not
how many of
this.
these
And
we-
not
This
and
is
not
us.
the
Yeah.
priority
Absolutely.
rank. And then that way they can choose, because they'll.
I
oh,
agree.
We're helping reverse this. or
And do
Right.
they necessarily need to put only one? Perhaps a person like, agency like NOMA would say, these are our 2 biggest priorities.
There you go.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
and they will.
So that they could,
You
I mean, there's gotta be some flexibility here.
I said 3, but 2's fine.
Well, no, a choice, yeah, 2 or 3, or list the ones that you address, of these lists. I
Well, some
mean,
of them I think would put all of them.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about, is that some of these organizations
yeah,
will
but if
list
they're
every
truly
single.
doing
Deborah.
it, then that's an
How about we say the
obvious.
top 3? Please list the top 3.
There you go.
A second
There you
one for
go.
the top
Yeah,
3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Third
good.
for top 3, fourth for
Top 3 is
3,
fine.
top
Yeah.
3,
Three's good.
top
Yeah.
3.
What I
Top
think I'm
3.
gonna do then in that case is kind of maybe scooch this over a little bit and put a little box and say circle 3.
There
And
you go.
because
That's
these are more complex. The top one, the goal is housing. The homelessness is homelessness, so on. So reduce blight is blight in the goals.
Yeah.
So they're one word goals, but this goes into more detail. Council really wanted to address certain things very harsh. That's why it's increased affordable and deeply affordable housing. That was a need that they identified and really, really want the comp plan to address. So.
And they don't, when you add this to the application, you're not putting the priority level.
Yeah. don't
No,
do that.
but they don't want
Yeah,
the priority level on
no,
that.
don't do that.
Do we want to vote on not having it on there so we have it, so you're not on the hook for
Yeah.
it? We are?
Well, we'll wait till the end. If you want to, we'll just do it as one big vote.
All right.
So I'll add the goals, to the CDBG at least. Goals, no priority list. I'll just put it right there. Any questions you guys I guess that's really what I want to come down to. When agencies apply, what do you want to know from them?
I think for the forms, I would want to know their website and social media as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
check
that
it out.
ties into some of our outreach.
Because I
questions that we
Googled
have.
them.
I want to be
Yeah, I
able
was
to
saying, I
find.
low-key have become a stalker for a lot of these organizations.
I'm totally a stalker of these
Yeah.
I was like,
organizations.
oh, no, you have art classes? Let me see, what
If
about
they-
kids
Yeah,
doing this
what-
If
weekend?
they don't have social
Exactly.
media, then that's kind of a flag that they might
Yeah.
have some outreach
Kind of like
problems.
that one.
Right. If they're having the trouble where they're only getting the same 30 people all the time and they have no social media presence,
But that would
They're like,
preclude the senior repair program, because that would not be a priority for old people to go. They don't do that.
right,
But
but
that's true.
So
And
maybe
we
we
would
would
take
say-
that into account.
You've got to
Maybe we
take
would say
that.
Outreach, what's your outreach? What kind of outreach
Yeah.
do you have?
Right.
Because that's, I mean, if they're dealing with homeless people, what does their social media page mean?
I mean,
Because they don't have the access to social media that, I'm on the school board and it drives me crazy because that's the only way we talk to people anymore in the school district
I
is
don't like
from
that.
social media.
Mhm.
And it's
Not
not
everyone's
reaching the
there,
people.
yeah. Yeah.
So we gotta be careful, guys.
So maybe I can make a recommendation here. I hate making recommendations, but maybe a recommendation. I can say in here, agency website, and then they have plenty of room to put the URL down. Or actually, program website. That might be better, right?
Okay.
because usually they'll have a specific thing, that way you're not digging down.
Mhm.
But in the narrative, I could include a section on, please include a section in the
On
narrative
outreach
on
or social-
On
outreach.
your outreach.
If you
Outreach,
have
social
social media, please include
Yeah.
the link, or obviously wouldn't link it, but whatever you write out, the URL for your social media presence.
That's
I
fine.
could do that too.
Yeah.
I like that.
That works.
Website here, actually, I'll put it under
Everyone
organizational.
must fill out application to get money.
Yeah.
Instead of at the end of the year, we
Hate
got
that.
5 more.
And present.
And present, yes, that should be a,
Could we be a little bit harsher on this? It says that all applicants will be required to make presentations. But, I mean, could we include a line that, that we may,
unless you're
Fair to do so, may include your.
right, we may make a recommendation for no funding if you fail to.
Yeah, but has any agency not showed up?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you're-
Cares.
Gave application.
3 years in a row.
Yeah, but theirs.
Yeah,
because
they're-
they thought they had a
Well,
specific,
Well,
That's been the problem with CARES, is that they had the money
unfortunately,
allocated.
That's their.
So
That's
if
why
the
it should be there.
agencies,
And they
it's
should
the,
make
it's
an
the
effort. They
departments of the
wanna-
city that don't show
Because
up.
look at Noma. Noma shows up.
Remember?
sometimes.
They
Yes.
don't show
And they
up.
bring everybody.
That's true.
They bring-
I would just hope that it's a little bit more clear.
I think it should be made clear.
I do too.
We
I
are
agree
getting,
with
we
that.
are getting better. I think Fairview applied, First Word applied. The only
Right.
ones that didn't apply that I haven't done before was Metro, CARES, and one other agency I can't remember. They're getting better, and that's mainly us trying to make sure we let them know, even if you think you're guaranteed funding,
Exactly.
you need to put in an application.
Exactly,
If nothing else, so you're just like everyone else.
exactly.
I mean, I tell you this, even if they're just awarded money and you guys, like, just the mayor awards the money or whatever, I still make them fill out an application and give it to me, because all this yummy info, I need.
Mhm.
I've gotta use that to set up the projects and stuff with HUD, so.
It's transparency.
Yeah, so I can try to do more aggressive outreach to the entitled, what I wanna call it, I guess it's not the best term.
There was no problem in having photo ops for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
0 problem with the photo ops.
Mhm.
So I think we can, I
Yeah, no
think
more
it's just
nice
a
guy.
matter of courtesy
Absolutely.
to this
Absolutely.
commission.
Mhm.
And also just, it's the look and feel of the agency. There's questions that may come up. It's just a deeper respect and deeper understanding within the community so that we can feel comfortable in making a referral that's outside of these walls that we work within
Mhm.
till March, May. I think that's important.
Also,
Agreed.
you need to know the information, because you need to know if someone's getting funded, maybe just directly by the mayor's office, you need to take that account with your own budget. You have gotta take that into account, so you know how much money you've got. You're dealing with a
Exactly.
small pool of money.
Mhm.
It's just
that
fair,
found money.
some people have to present and others, everyone should have to present.
Um,
Make it
I
equitable.
agree, then make an effort.
You want the money, make an effort. It's not like we're gonna drill you and it's gonna be,
Mhm.
like, very
Yeah.
rarely do we make them answer stuff that they don't freely know.
That
That's
they're
not
not,
common
you know,
knowledge within their organization.
exactly.
It's 5 to 7 minutes tops.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you.
Exactly.
So,
It increases the opportunity for accuracy in reporting too.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so I'm doing both the ESG and the CDBG at the same time, assuming that's what you guys are gonna
Yes.
try to keep them the
That
same.
works.
Website. Obviously, the ESG would not have the goals, like I said. For CDBG, do you want to keep the $25,000 minimum?
No,
Okay.
No,
Would you
No.
want to keep a minimum?
I don't think so.
not really, because we had some agencies that only really need, what was it, the Urban League Attain Lab, they only needed like, what was it, like 8
8
grand,
And
7
some were
grand?
18.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
right.
we wanted
$8,760 to
Thank
be
you.
exact.
Not like you cut the checks or anything, Chance.
Do you want to cap?
Yeah, I think it's.
Yes.
I think
Can I make a
that might be an idea.
Well, you can tell them and they
Can I make a recommendation?
Absolutely.
Please do.
Maybe on the applications or in some other form that you guys might want, maybe you can ask if they have been previously funded and if they spent all their money.
Yes.
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 That's
Yeah.
a good one, I like
Yeah.
I like
See, I
that.
didn't know
Because
that
then
if
we
we
can
could
work from
ask
that
that.
to
I
have
have thought of
money
that
to just
before,
Me
but
too.
I
write
didn't
off and
know
say,
that.
oh, well.
I would
Well,
kind of
we
like a
could do
report
general
card from you. From
Yeah.
you on
Yeah,
each
We'd like a
one.
report card.
That's the
Well,
only reason why I made the
right.
recommendation,
If we're
because I technically can't give a report card.
Finding all this
So-
unspent money.
Oh,
Who's
okay.
the
If
biggest
that is
culprit?
So then maybe you
Comes
guys
back to
aren't
us.
funding the same programs all the time who
That
are
are
using
not
their money
exactly
and that can go
efficient,
towards somebody
yes.
else.
Yeah,
That's
Correct.
just a
Exactly.
recommendation.
That would be very
Absolutely.
helpful.
Absolutely, I love
Yeah.
that idea.
But
We're
we're also
stressing on it.
relying on them
Getting
to
gray hair.
accurately
Arguing about
report to
pennies.
us.
Be honest.
Well, I mean, we can double check.
Oh,
So
is
Deborah.
it possible to do a report card from your office as to what has not been spent?
yeah, we didn't do it last year, but yeah, we could. We've done it in the past, but yeah, we could sell. I guess the issue comes down to not every agency is funded the same every year, and some agencies skip years. So, like let's say an agency was awarded 2 years ago, but wasn't awarded last year. Do you want to go
Previously
the 2
funded
years?
would solve
Yeah.
the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, it would be interesting to see what they say versus what your report card says. So if
Okay.
if they're honest about it, and it also makes them aware of the fact that they should spend all the money that we give
Yeah.
them.
Mhm.
So
You
what I'm
know.
thinking is maybe
Yeah.
align maybe under program location, well, around where it says budget, maybe it says year previously funded, or year previously funded,
Mhm.
or last year you were funded,
Last year funded?
Yeah.
and then
You know,
percentage of funding used,
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, amount of funding and how much was used for.
They'll all say all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but then we'll
well-
get, then we'll get their truth
Guarantee
from
Oh, I'll
Steve.
say,
Yeah.
yeah, no, because if we go further on site and the math doesn't math, wouldn't they tell me percentage?
Well,
Find
Steve
it
will
out.
be the deciding factor.
We would find it out
He'll give us the
eventually,
truth.
wouldn't we?
Yeah,
I would think.
you would think.
Year,
How about last year award funding?
last year award, or last awarded,
Nice.
I'll work it.
Award
I'll
year.
go with the award.
It's been a long day, you'll figure it
Yeah.
out.
But you want a year, and then you want how much, basically a percent, maybe, because the percentage is easier for you guys to conceptualize. Because if they say, you know, we spent 3,200, well, if they were awarded 3,200, that was 100%. They were awarded $10,000, that's different.
Mhm.
So, okay, so we'll add that in there.
And if there's any difficulties, you could give us an asterisk or.
Yeah, and I'll update you guys with it, and I'll try to do a report card as well. So no minimum. You want the last year and percentage.
Do we want a maximum?
Do you want a
A
maximum?
cap, you mean?
Mhm.
Well, my recommendation, I hate making recommendations, is you probably don't want to cap out capital projects. Because it's difficult for anyone to do something. I mean, service programs and capital projects are different.
Right.
But service funding, it has been capped before at 20,000. That was like sort of the previous thing. And so everybody would ask for 20,000.
Right.
And then you saw last year CDBG people were asking for like
Yeah.
$70,000,
Yeah.
$100,000 in service funding.
120,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. 300,000 for.
You guys
Yeah,
actually did
for-
not award anyone that amount of money, so.
Well, we can.
But that also might help you guys too, come down to the vote and like last year it was, oh, how about we take this much away from this person and give it to this person so you can kind of balance it out.
Yeah.
Maybe if you put a cap on it, you wouldn't have to give and take so much. I don't know.
So much, I think you'd still have to do it.
Probably.
Because we don't even know if we're going to get a ridiculously low amount from this government.
Yeah,
Right.
So we want to be as fair as we possibly can.
And the cap would be for program or for agency?
oh, that's a good question, that's up to you guys to decide.
Because, you know, we've got some agencies who,
That follow under
Grab from
certain
different
things,
directions.
yeah.
Like Boys and Girls Club, are you thinking? Because they have three different.
Yeah.
three different
3 times.
50,000. Yeah.
Yes.
Three fundings.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, last year, let's see, who were the multi-awards? Not Astor Rice, who was the other one, the one that they're dividing the building? Reach,
Oh,
Reach.
no.
Outreach?
Is it me?
No, they're in the.
Stack project, they got 2
Oh,
fundings,
Stack.
Boys and Girls Club got 3. Urban League got 2, YMCA got 2, that might be it.
YW.
That might be a good idea.
Oh, YW got 2. Well, that was ESG. ESG is always kind of a weird thing because it always goes through COC too, and you guys almost never have a problem with the COC recommendations.
How is the COC these days?
The 501c3 I think got disbanded, so currently they're restructuring it, and it's really weird. I don't understand what's going on.
Will they be a reliable source this
Yeah, yeah, they're still made up the homeless agencies. They
Okay.
just had to restructure how they
Okay.
did things for reasons.
Because it's kind of been a little spotty lately.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So I can take the cap, the minimum amount, but again, do you guys want to cap services or capital? Or overall agency? I can add all 3 of those in there if you want. No one agency may be awarded more than X. Service programs may not be more than this. Capital programs, you could even put in max.
I think that would be something to consider, but I don't know as we really would have those numbers right now.
Well, we got, this does need to go out.
I know, but I
Wednesday,
mean-
so.
Like, I'm just thinking out loud about the American Legion on Court Street, and they asked, wasn't it like
Main
300, that
Street.
Main
For a
Street?
roof.
Main Street, yeah.
Yeah, for a room.
For
And they were
Roof Street.
finally awarded, so
300,000.
just so you guys know, the budget that was approved is on here.
It's on-
They were finally awarded, I think what you guys recommended, which is 70.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
Some of these may not be all these, like
Take
the
what
Parks
you can
Department
get,
can
you
get
know?
fully funded. like
they
you
had those other proposals that they brought us for patching
Yeah.
sections. The worst
They
thing.
broke
Yeah,
it
because
down,
she asked
yeah.
for what?
Because one of the city
700,000?
council people I saw, actually
that.
the laundromat, he asked me, why is everybody asking for money for roof?
I don't know. That was a
I
weird
said,
roof year.
That was
It was
very
crazy.
weird.
I
We
know
said,
the
we
last
all
couple
said the
years
same
it was
thing.
There was
Roof
another one
year.
there on, yeah, the one next to the library. That-
Oh, yeah.
The Monday afternoon cover,
Yeah.
whatever they used to be, they asked for
Yeah,
it.
they're also
Too.
expensive,
Yeah,
very
this is
expensive.
another
to do a roof.
I just
Second folder.
paid $14,900
I
for a
just
roof.
wanted to make sure.
It's called deferred maintenance, that's what it is.
I'm right behind you.
They don't, it's called deferred maintenance, they don't take care
I
of
got
things
damaged
until
from the
it gets
hail,
bad.
then they came and made all those
Oh.
marks on the roof and did everything, sent it in, and they declined.
It's one of the
They-
things we're running into.
Everybody in my neighborhood
It's
literally got a new roof,
revitalization project.
paid for my
Really?
insurance from this storm, and I paid full.
Oh,
I was like,
Just one of those giant blue tarps and just.
it was tarp. I had water coming into my house.
Wow, that's
It was
crazy.
insane.
Is
It
there
ripped the
insurance
roof.
tonight? My garden got.
The woman was
I
from
was out
Atlanta.
there for days. just
My adjuster
trying to
was in
save it.
Atlanta,
I
and she
did,
had
I
a
did
third
pretty good,
party.
somewhat.
I did, and I held it. And then I ended up paying cash to have the roof fixed
Ooh.
because water was coming in.
Yeah, you gotta get.
And they were
fixed.
yelling at me to mitigate the problem. To mitigate it is putting a new roof on because the
I
tarps
have
weren't working.
insurance, right?
And they wonder
You know,
why
I
people
had a
don't want to
similar
own
thing with
homes
my
anymore,
house.
you know?
They replaced the poles on my street, and when they turned off the power, turned it back on, it surged my whole house. I lost all of my appliances.
Oh
I
my
lost.
word.
We were basically camping in my home. So if you go on my State Farm app, I'm still processing. This was 2 years ago.
Wow.
Still
That's
processing.
crazy.
I paid out of pocket for it. So I'm like, I don't have time for
Shocker.
this. Yeah,
I'm
I
State
don't have
Farm.
time for this. Oh, you have State Farm too?
God,
Horrible. Don't ever.
crazy.
I'm changing as soon
Can
as
I go
I'm
on
done
record?
with
Do not
this.
get State Farm.
It is on
okay.
Have you talked to Jake? Jake might be able to help.
I was out there in the yard on my knees going, he just didn't come. I was like,
He was on the phone in his khakis.
You know,
Yeah.
we have a guy in my neighborhood. We call him Jake from State Farm, but he does drugs.
I didn't need
Right.
that. I needed the guy with the red shirt to come
Yeah. Jake from State
and
Farm.
make it good again, and it
Instead, you
didn't.
got the chaos.
I got the chaos guy.
Right.
Okay, so are we gonna cap or not?
I don't know if I like caps.
It would be hard to cap a capital project, I feel like.
I wouldn't know where to begin with a number for that.
But the thing is, if we don't cap, we're gonna get those ridiculous sums that we
Where they
got
have
last time.
$100,000.
So last year,
Yeah.
when you got the ridiculous sums, could you reject it and then still recommend it?
Well, that's what
We
the
just
Legion
gave them
did.
less
The
time.
Legion-
Oh,
the
okay.
Legion came back, you know.
This is why I was saying, no way, you can't ever ask an agency, what's the minimum amount?
Because
They'll
then they're
say we
gonna-
need, yeah, and then But no, we'll take it. We'll
But
take
if
it.
you ask for a minimum, or
I
if
feel
you
like we
ask for a
asked for
cap.
the maximum. Didn't they used to just ask for the $25,000 cap and $40,000?
Yeah, they usually do.
Yeah.
If you ask, if you set a cap, they just always ask for the cap.
200,000. Is that because they
They
added
they
it?
shoot for the moon, yeah.
Yeah, which you can't blame them,
Yeah,
you know.
I think, I guess my thought is that's what the council does is, you're gonna say you want this much and you need this much, but based on our own reading and discretion, this is how much we'll allocate. My hesitancy with capping for a program is that you could have an agency that does do a lot and you diminish their capacity if you're saying, you know, for this program, for the overall, the building, you have to choose where you're going to, how much you're gonna fund. I just worked at an organization with a lot of programs, and each of the programs did not overlap and we couldn't share funding, so it really mattered what you got. So I would say not capping per agency, but maybe cap, no. I
Per
say no
program?
caps. I don't know.
Deborah.
I'm okay.
My concern, and again, this is the history of the commission, is that we have a couple of agencies that perennially apply for at least 2 to 3 programs, and it doesn't allow us funding for some of the others.
Some of them-
So there's a little bit of a history, is kind of where we're coming from on that. It's a valid point, absolutely, but we were just trying to, with the 3 program ask, it wasn't allowing other agencies
To get it, okay.
Well,
to get in the ballgame.
not even the 3 program asked, but we had so many agencies that felt that they were entitled somehow, that they were grandfathered into this money. And we kept saying, look, this is not something we can guarantee you. You got to look for other funding sources. I've been on this committee since Mayor Bucci. So we've had a long time. I know, I'm very old. But the thing is, no, it's true. But the thing is, we need to explain to them that this money has to be fluid and that they have to find other funding sources. So if we give them a cap, then they're going to have to go out and find other funding sources. It almost
requires
them, it forces them to do something that many of them are not willing to do.
Yeah.
Because they've gotten money from us all the time.
You're right, and I feel like NOMA was one of them where we're the only one.
Yeah.
We're the only one, and then we go
Absolutely.
for the onsite, and we're like, oh, did you find other funding? They're like, oh yeah, well, we found funding here, we found funding
Absolutely.
there. We're like, oh.
Stack,
so you
Stack
can have
came
other
with this
things.
big
Yeah.
ask, you know,
Mhm.
it's like, come on, guys,
Yeah.
give us a break. So we have to do something to make them understand
Yeah.
that it's not guaranteed
That it's
every
not
year.
just you turn on the fountain every, the water faucet.
Right.
Okay,
I mean, like
It's
the Boys
supposed
and
to be a
Girls Club
Kickstarter.
too.
okay.
So their
Now-
ask last year was about 50%.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
Of
want half
our
of it.
entire
Of-
pot of
yeah,
services.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
for
it's like,
3
why don't we-
programs.
yeah.
Yeah, and we know that
I
that's,
love the Boys and Girls Club, but
yeah.
that's
I
too
know,
much,
I know.
that's too much.
The needs are so
It's
great
not designed,
anymore.
like this funding is not designed to be a sole funder.
Exactly.
for
We're
any-
not, yeah,
we
Okay.
need to stretch it, yeah.
But I like
And
Deborah's, it's seed funding,
Okay.
yeah.
To get you going.
get you going. You use our funding to help get you the grants for other stuff.
Yeah.
Saying, hey, you've got funding in there. Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
There you go.
I can't, sorry.
Nice to see you. Yeah.
Follow-up question.
Yeah.
So can an organization apply every year though? You can't, okay,
Yes.
okay, so then that's, okay.
Well, you can decide to not let it, you can say, we will not fund you if you're funded last year. I don't know if the mayor's gonna agree to that,
That's
No.
not-
and a lot of
that's not-
agencies are
Yeah,
gonna
I
push
don't see
out.
that.
particular-
I just didn't know that was
No,
a
that's
thing.
not fair either, but I think if we put these parameters in, then I think it's a fair system.
So what's this cap that we think we should put in?
And is it service cast, total agency funding, what do you guys call it, if any?
$100,000.
Huh?
That's a lot.
I mean, that is a big.
You got a full turn.
You just got, you know, half the place just turned, like chairs, swivel and all.
Service,
Okay.
service for agency wide.
As the
You
new
know,
person in the room, I read that. I
Wait a
read-
minute.
Yeah, what I've
Our
done.
whole budget was $100 and some odd thousand
Like
dollars for the
300.
human service agencies.
Well, I'm thinking directly for Boys and Girls Club, you know, last year they, that's what.
Maybe,
Yeah, but
maybe
we
that
only
has to
did them
change.
20 each, so it was
Yeah.
total of 60.
Yeah.
So I'm willing to go lower.
Thank you.
She's great.
Awfully nice of you.
Great negotiating tactics, they're really high, so you can go down.
Wow.
Well, and like that was one of the things things that like I brought up when we went to the on-site at the Boys and Girls Club, because I know they always give us like the story about like, oh, well, you know, the after-school program kids weren't able to come to the summer
Yeah, the kids
program.
standing at the fence.
Yeah, the kids standing at the
Yeah,
fence.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, but you guys also have Camp Saratoga, which is kayaking, canoeing, horseback riding, archery, things that the inner city kids are not necessarily experiencing. I would rather fund y'all for that versus like the basic,
Well,
you know, Boys and
what do
Girls
they do
Club.
for alternate funding? And that's where we're gonna get them to go.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
There's overlap there too,
Mhm.
amongst the Boys and
Yeah,
Girls
the
Club.
kids-
Yeah.
the kids that are being
Yeah,
served,
it's all the
yeah.
same.
Yeah.
It's the same.
From
Yeah,
that same.
because I asked them
neighborhood.
for prices of Camp
Yeah.
Saratoga, and I was like, I'm like,
The
"That's
police
crazy."
officers who did their programs admitted it's almost the same kids.
Mhm.
They said that. We asked.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
So it sounds like we're
they gotta
talking
pick and
agency.
choose.
It's just the dollar amount.
Yeah, but what?
Here's
what
a
is that
set dollar amount
That's the
divided by
question.
3.
Well,
Yeah.
last year they
Yeah.
were
You
given
make
what?
those-
You make that
60.
decision where you wanna
60,000.
put it in your 3.
Well, what's like our average? What did
60?
we allocate
That's what I was
last year?
thinking, our average.
What was our average?
No, our average is probably closer to 15.
Yeah,
Our
see,
average is
that's-
about 18, I think.
Yeah, see, and that's the point.
25, 10, 20, 20, 20, 20, 10, 8, 7, 6, 0.
Then it becomes more
I mean,
like.
15, 10,
I don't wanna
10,
act
13,
absolutely
But
13,
that's
hammer
because the
15,
mayor,
but-
I thought because the
Just
mayor
send a
had said
message.
it.
Like, yeah, we're in
10,
the
10,
20,
15.
what we're getting, whatever.
40?
Mark,
Yeah, 40
40
sounds
per
pretty good.
agency?
Well, that would mean that everybody else would think, wow, this is great, because it's up to 40. And the Boys and Girls Club would only have to come up with 20. So,
And also, is that overall cap including capital projects?
I don't think
No,
we're.
I think we're only-
I think we're only
We're
talking
about
service.
so we
Okay,
shouldn't
okay.
cap
Service
anything.
Service cap on agencies.
And we should just
We're all
do it.
40 or
Time,
45?
no, 40.
Counter.
I mean, we don't have a lot of money. Come on, guys.
counter.
I think we should just argue it out at the end of the year.
Yeah, we
like
could.
we always do,
Yeah,
and like don't
No
put any-
cap?
no
No cap.
caps.
No cap?
I don't know. This seems
That's
easier.
fair too.
Seems easier.
Yeah.
But we
We're
have to
pretty.
justify to city council, unlike we've always had to, but it's a different justification.
Hmm.
And I'm,
So what would your solution be for that?
I mean, I looking at these numbers. These numbers are ours for the most part.
For the most part,
For
yeah.
the most part, there.
Well, these
yeah.
are your
Yes and no,
numbers.
some of
These are not, they didn't necessarily what past city council,
Oh,
but
okay.
they mostly went with your search for.
But it got there by that
They're
deliberative
looking out for
process
it.
that
Yeah.
we've always used.
Right.
So if somebody comes in with a $75,000 and we're the only ones funding them, we talk it out. So are we
Right.
gonna leave it that
so
way?
keep it the same.
Yeah, because we're good at what we do.
Yeah,
We really
Yeah.
are.
and that's
Yeah.
how
This
I
is like
think it
meeting is
should
3
be.
hours long.
Yeah.
I
Well, we'll get pizza.
Do you want to come back?
No, I have a 3-hour meeting every Wednesday and every other Thursday. So
I try not to let it go 3 hours.
Sometimes we bring
$3.
food,
It's
so
only
it's
when
okay.
we're
that's all right. That softens the blow.
So,
Oh, yeah.
no caps, no floors.
No caps, no
Let's
floors.
just keep on.
Okay.
Ceilings, no wall,
Done.
floors, okay. That's what you guys want, alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so no caps, no minimums.
And we can
no
always
caps.
discuss that again next year too, depending on what agencies ask.
Yeah,
for
if
this
it gets
year.
out of control this year and we're
Because maybe
disappointing
they've
them
lost other
because,
funding, so
But
we
I
might
think one
get.
of the things that we're doing by saying that, this is not guaranteed year by year, you're already putting in their minds that they have to give us
Yeah.
realistic.
so they're so used to giving us a minimum or a maximum. Let's actually get a number from them this
Yeah.
time.
That's true. Yeah.
And mind you, still has to go through, I mean, you guys will make this recommendation, and then I give it to the mayor's office.
Yeah.
We can just throw it all out, but it's up to
course.
him.
He
But
better
how
not.
do you word
He
it?
won't.
How do you word your recommendation?
Right.
He's
Yeah.
got 3
How
appointees
would
on
you
this
word it?
committee.
Also,
I'll
if you
make
keep
sure.
it like that.
Oh, I'll
you can
update
see
this with your guys' recommendations and say this is the
The
application process that was
agencies
approved
who
by.
regularly apply each
It was
year,
just
they
a
pretty much
key point
ask for the same amount,
made that I
but
was
yet
trying
it needs to
capture.
change
That-
for like the newer
Yeah.
agencies,
Gotcha.
per request each year. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like they make it a little popular, like NOMA.
Right.
So-
Makerspace.
We would still take it on a case-by-case basis
Right.
and look at the overall amount of money.
Right, that's what I mean, so if you
Oh,
don't
yeah,
put a
typically
cap on it,
seconds, go out.
you know.
That-
it
The
might
whole
get
point of,
as
we've
much
seen
for-
minimums and we've seen maximums the last 4
If
years.
they were like official.
Now we're getting the
plan,
number they actually need or want.
not like a
Is that what you're,
Or that we can give
I
them.
was just trying to capture what you said. It was very good and concise, and I was trying to just
Yeah.
get it repeated, so.
So, yeah, I think everybody heard that, right?
What?
Where I was like, over the last 4 years, we've asked them for the cap, and then we asked them for 2 different floors, and the majority of them gave us either that cap number or the floor number. Now without either, we're actually going to get a number that they actually need
Yes.
or seem comfortable with.
Yeah.
Or that we can give them, that's the other thing.
Right,
What
Those-
can we give them?
Those guidelines can be used in our deliberations for our own purposes.
Yeah.
right.
You know,
But hopefully it'll give us a
Way-
snapshot into them.
Well, and we can communicate that back to the people that have put us on this committee, to the council people, to the mayor. We can let them know in a more direct way. We don't usually talk back to the people that put us here, and maybe we should do that more.
Because
To make them understand what it is we go through.
Mhm.
I know that's been a big thing in the past, is like, hey, guys, because in the past, we were just a rubber stamp. But now we're being taken seriously, so we have to maximize that. So we go back to our council people and say, this is what we've done.
I know my city council person, she always reaches out to me after we've like done our deliberating, before they deliberate.
Mhm.
She's like, what should I know about?
Exactly, that's why.
I'm
we're-
like, oh.
how do we say it there?
Oh, I will just take out, because the cap, like the human service, it says it on the front page, grants of up to 25,000 or more. So this was a minimum last year. I'll just take out and just say grants will be awarded to agencies
There
proposing
you go.
programming. I'll just,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would like to see on the report card a couple of years things for some of these that are multiple year funders, and see if once we put a floor in, if there was less other money actually used. Like if we were giving them 8, 9, 10, 12, and then we put the $20,000 floor in or whatever, and they all of a sudden went to 18,000, was there more money not used? Like that to me would be important information.
Agreed.
Right.
Or where was the other 6,000 all of a sudden? that
Correct.
they-
Yeah.
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 We could
Yeah, I'd
say
like to see
a
patterns.
needing a report card, for 2 funding years.
but I'll
Yes,
generate
yeah.
that. I'll generate that. So the only thing we're going to put on the application is when was your last funding year and your percentage of funding used, and then I will, as agencies apply, I will fill out a report card. So basically, when that little summary table I give you guys, it'll be that. And I'll give you like the previous years awarded, spent, or maybe 3 years worth.
Yep.
And of course, if you ever have questions during the whole year about how much an agency spent or their achievements or anything like that, I can definitely tell you guys as well. So anything else you guys want to modify on these?
Anything else?
And Jordan knows by going on the on-sites that is a question that is asked to them if they have not turned in reimbursement requests or anything like that. We really do, that's one of our main things, is to push them to spend their money. I mean, you obviously needed it, you applied for it.
Mhm.
So that's a huge question on the
Yeah, what
on-sites is to,
Yeah.
Yeah, because we had a couple that we
Spend.
went in June and they still
They
didn't
hadn't
spend
spent a
anything, and
penny.
we're like, you need to spend this like now, right
Yeah.
now.
This is why it causes problems with
and this is why the
timeliness.
timeliness thing comes up.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say too about the timeliness, just so you all know, some programs obviously can't run. You can't do milling and paving in
January.
February.
December.
Right.
You know,
Right, yeah,
we
yeah.
have 3 feet of snow on the ground, so some of this money cannot get spent because of weather and stuff like that, but a lot of it is also because the agencies just.
How much did COVID throw us off?
As in, threw off by what, you mean?
Like people's usage of the funding?
Well, we actually had additional COVID funds that went to agencies and businesses.
Like did that throw people into less used?
I honestly want to say everyone used more money.
Really? Okay.
I was gonna say,
COVID.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think when I started, COVID was still going on and a lot of COVID funding, and I'm still processing COVID payments. So COVID money is still getting spent, believe it or not.
but there's a limit on that too, time limit.
Depending on when they got the award and for how much.
2020, CDBG has to be spent by, I think, 2028 or 2027. And then the home ARP has got to be spent by
Really?
2030.
It is a long time to spend it, you know?
Well, because they were also expecting people to put capital projects, which take many, many years to do. So.
We should also point out that I think Jordan was the only one of us who actually went to all of the agencies. You should be congratulated.
I don't know about all of them, but I was the vast majority.
That's great.
That was nice of you.
Yeah.
your eyes on the ground.
If I wasn't
I
working,
try to be. I try.
Oh, I
Well,
would
and then
like
it's
to,
crazy because
I
I
know
know
you
you
all
and
have-
I'll be like, oh, I know you, and I know you, and I know you, and I'm like, oh my god, I know too many people.
Wait till you meet them in the store. You can't remember where you know.
No,
That
that's
happens to
why
me all
I
the
dress
time.
like I'm
Hi.
homeless when I go to Walmart and I wear a mask when I'm at work, and I'm like, please, nobody recognize me. I just want to grab my milk and get out.
You get cornered. That's
Yeah.
how it was with Friendlies
All
for
the
40 years. I got cornered
I'm
in
like, "Can't you
Wegmans
let
all the
me
time. I
go
gotta get out of here.
I know
What
y'all
I-
have busy lives and everything, but Jordan did almost make it to every single one this year. Last year, I do gotta say she was the only one who came to them, and I think it was every
It
single
helped.
one.
It helped since I was like
Um,
Yeah, you learn a
appointment.
lot about agencies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I learned so much. I highly recommend go to a couple on site.
Michelle made it to a few this year.
Yeah.
So did I.
Eileen made it to a few this year.
Yeah.
They are really insightful and the offers.
I
for
always had a
anybody who-
conflict
Will there
with
be an
Wednesday.
email, like, how do you
Yes.
guys coordinate?
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I usually
She's
I
really good.
typically send them out, I wanna say April-ish, because then I do them May and June. The
Okay.
on-sites I usually do May and June.
She highlights the things we need to know,
The
which is cool, 'cause
action-
you just have to look at the highlights, you know.
Yeah.
The action for older persons was great.
Yes.
I'm so
Oh,
happy.
I-
I
And
went
you'll
to that
actually get to
one.
see, when they come and do their little announcements or speeches or spiels or whatever on why they want funding, they tell you a little bit about the program, but when you actually go to the on-site, you really see
Yeah.
what
You see
they're
it
all about.
firsthand.
A lot more.
So yes,
Okay.
and if the invite is out to anybody, and like Steve said, you could always call and ask about the agency too, if that helps you in your meetings. So,
Perfect, thank you.
Yep.
I love to go and visit places.
Yeah, I love field trips.
They happen
Let's
at the
go.
worst time of the year for me.
Yeah, it's like right in the beginning of the summer.
Sorry.
So
It's
yeah.
okay.
Or even like.
I'm in
we
election
fund to go
season,
to the
that's it.
theater
We
after
hired more
2 days, and then we
staff
get to
now,
see
so
their new
hopefully-
houses
Yeah.
that they built over there on, is it Munsell?
yes.
We saw the
yeah.
new apartments
Oh.
that they built over on
They're,
Munsell.
they're
After
real.
our onsite, well, they actually thought we were there for that project, and we're like, no, we're HUD.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, well, I'm like, but since you mentioned the buildings, can you
Yeah,
check
can
those
we
out
see
too?
it?
And they're like, absolutely.
They're proud of
They're
that.
very nice. They're very nice.
But yes, through our funding, they were getting a wall and parking lot.
Yeah, they got a retaining
Greater
wall
ups,
and they're
yeah.
making the parking lot repaved, and I did see that work get done, because I go to
Yes.
New York Pizzeria all the time.
Me too.
And then
Me
I
too.
saw it, I was like, look at them getting their work done, good, spend that money.
Get that handicap ramp fixed.
You do need to vote on the applications.
Okay. So, all in favor of the, do we need a motion to accept our
I'll make a motion.
application
And I'll do a rundown right before we
With
vote.
amendments.
So I'll go through all the amendments.
The changes.
changes, amendments, adjustments, whatever.
Revisions.
Revisions,
Revisions.
revisions,
So,
and additions.
by O'Loughlin.
Mhm.
Do we have a second?
Oh, you can second.
I'll second.
All right, so I'll go through the revisions before you vote. No minimum, no maximum, on CDBG at least. You will include a section in the narrative on both CDBG and ESG for outreach
Mhm.
and social media URLs.
Mhm.
For CDBG and ESG, a line for including the program website on CDBG and ESG, the last funded year, or a better description, something, the previously funded year, and the percentage of funds used. And then for CDBG at least, we'll have a section for them to select 3 or more of the goals that match the needs in the con plan.
Excluding priority level.
Excluding priority, excluding priorities.
Okay.
Top 3 excluding priority level.
Is there any way that we can also add when they're talking about additional funders that they're looking for? Can we put something in there about how we cannot guarantee that you will be funded every year? Did we talk about that?
You did mention it. I can just sort of include a blurb in there.
I think that's
I
important.
thought it was in here actually, that there's
I know that
guaranteed.
we've been talking to people as they come to the meetings about that, but
Permanent source of program funding.
there we go. Where was it?
First
Oh,
page
yeah,
on
that's
ESG.
ESG funding, but
CDBG.
Right here.
Oh, yeah.
CDBG funds are not a permanent source of funding for any human service program and are competitively allocated on a
Yeah.
year-to-year
Yeah.
basis.
And where did we land on being a little harsh around not showing up to present.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in here, required, the presentation description is,
Can we bold that?
it is. All applications,
It's all how well people read, right?
all applicants will be required to
Lots
make
of blood
presentation, the
mixture.
schedule and locations for these presentations will be provided to agencies.
Can we pop that out to
Fail-
its own
failure-
thing?
Failure to
Either that or
present
put it in
complete-
red.
or
Can that be on the front page, right after your funding won't be, is that a permanent source of funding, and then bolded? Because if I'm used to getting this
Multiple
funding,
places
I'm
maybe?
only reading the first page.
So you want me to move the
Well.
section on
Then I'm
presentations to
gonna
the front?
Redundancy is not a bad thing either.
Yeah, that bolded section, we're duplicated in that, under that section where the,
You mean duplicate or you want me to move it to the
I
front?
think
Hey,
duplicate it,
duplicated.
duplicate it, because
Yeah.
Just the bold?
just, right? Just
Just
the
the
bold
bold?
line?
I would, something to indicate that we take that seriously.
What if you put it at the top of the application somewhere?
We're running out of room on that
About
page
like,
specifically.
I think just the
But I-
bold.
Presentation.
I think a
for
lot
salary
of
To
people
prove that you're serious about money.
don't even read this whole part,
The money.
they just care about the application.
That's why I
So
wanted-
Failure to
once they
present
get to
may-
the application, maybe it should be on there somewhere.
Failure
Or the
to
top of the
present.
application?
Is it on the,
What if we put
Or-
on
Failure
application
failure to
itself?
present may impact funding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
What is
So
it?
maybe
Yep,
just
perfect.
that line.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
okay.
the one.
Perfect.
And
Failure to
also
present
to
what we can.
encourage, just to let people know, those that are applying, please make sure you read,
Read this.
because there have been changes.
Well,
Yes.
I will tell you this, I can say that.
They
I
don't
think we
read.
do- They don't read it. They take last year's application and control F and change the
Mhm.
dates and they submit it. What you'll see though, is kind of funny, because I can identify in seconds. These new items, they won't show up you'll see it say 51st year or 52nd year, and this item will be missing, which means they just took last year's and updated, even though I tell people. So, failure presents may impact.
So we complete that?
do you have a list?
Send it back.
Do you have
Sorry,
a
this
group
is
list of
incomplete.
agencies that have funded that you could send out messages to?
Well, I have the community development listserv, and and I think actually all agencies are on that, even ones who've not been funded.
So
And
could that information
The
be
52nd
replicated
year
and sent
community
out
development
in
block
email
grant.
Or not?
well, just so you know, I am going to do a training application. I always do a training
There you go.
presentation.
Okay.
So there's always a training
Make sure-
presentation before,
Update.
and I stress that. I
But
do
that's for
stress
new
that.
agencies?
It's for everybody,
Everybody's
and I
gonna
encourage
have.
people to attend even if they're applying from,
So when you send out
And I
that,
believe in the email, when he
Notification.
sends it out about presentations, it's also mentioned
okay.
on
Deborah.
that as well.
I would really like to see a push to the Broome County Council of Churches, so then it can be disseminated. Because one of the things I would really like to get back to low and middle income taxpayers. But if the funding possibilities are through faith-based organizations, that may address that. So if we could get that information to them, they may consider a proposal.
Reverend Solopek, not Sandra Diffin, who's the one who runs the ramp program.
Sue Spencer.
Sue Spencer and Les Aylesworth are on the listserv. And in the applications themselves, it does detail that religious agencies are absolutely eligible to apply as long as they meet these conditions. So that is in the live application. So we do reach out to, and Chow was one of those other agencies I think got multiple funding. They got the ramp program and Greater Good.
Food.
Yeah, they were both awarded last year.
Because I guess what I'm trying to do is to reach out to the churches, synagogues, everywhere,
Mhm.
so that they may be able to take a look at it. It's a new audience, or I should say just a more robust audience.
Well, I can email to Chow directly, but I can also do some more direct outreach to anyone who wants to be on the listserv. So I can include ICC, which is the Hindu group. I can do the Southern Tier Muslim Society,
Yeah.
Jewish, or the Jewish groups, Jewish synagogues, and I do know that several churches have applied for funding. So several of the churches are already on our listserv, but I can try to find more churches.
And also the ACA.
ACA is definitely on the listserv.
but again, trying to disseminate.
Oh, to
their
disseminate out. Okay.
organizations.
How about, yeah, maybe channel and ACA for dissemination.
Yeah, I know the mosque around the corner from my house on Conklin Ave, by where they put the new YWCA shelter. They do a lot of outreach. They're always giving away clothes, giving away food. I'm just like, oh my God, good job, guys.
And
You
it's,
guys can also reach out to them as well and give them mine or Steve's
Yeah.
email.
I love it when people
And-
ask you to put on the lister. That's great, because that's a one time, and I got them, and I email them and everything, so.
So what does that process look like? If we know an organization and we want to tell them to apply for this funding,
Email me.
email you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give them their contact information to Steve, and
Okay.
he'll put them on the list.
As long as they want to be, I don't want to be anyone on the list who doesn't want to be on the list, so.
But
Okay,
also let them know if you do, that there's a very small window to apply.
Yeah,
It's like a
30 days.
2-week long window,
Oh,
so they have to make sure they get it in
Get all their stuff.
by then.
If they needed some support with the application, could they reach out to?
Absolutely.
I am careful about the support I give. I usually do an FAQ a few weeks before it's due. I do a presentation about a week after we give them out. And I'm gonna actually talk about that in a second. So I try to make sure everyone knows and is aware, and I answer questions. At a certain point, though, I don't answer any questions, because I don't want to give anyone any additional. It's like if someone says, "How do I do X?" I'd be like, "That's great. It'll be answered in the FAQ," and then I hold that until the FAQ is released. We still have the motion on the table on the approval of the applications. So I mentioned the other things. The additional one was the failure to present will impact funding. I'll move that to the top. So those are the items on the, and this was seconded. So
Okay,
So we'll vote.
All in favor?
so all in favor of this motion to revise and add to the application, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Sounds good.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. You got the full- Okay.
8-0.
All right.
Carried.
So
Can I just, before we get off track, Asia, if anybody asks, or you want to give them Steve's information, people need to understand it's for fiscal year 52, and it's not like, I'm thinking of the woman from the Monday
Yeah.
Afternoon
Yeah.
Club,
Yes.
who
Yeah.
thought that money was gonna be available like
Yeah.
soon.
And we read the second.
I mean,
We
I
reach
do.
out at the end of the session.
I do the presentation, I detail all of this in the presentation, and I can tell you there are agencies that come to the presentation and hear me and nod, and then they
Still
don't
do
process
it.
it, and it's just the way things are. I try to communicate as best as possible, but it's not,
I was.
there's no way of perfecting
You
it.
do a great job.
Yes, so when the applications open, it's for the next year.
Yes.
Yeah, so September,
Yeah, so if they apply now, they won't get a check until like June.
September 26th.
Yeah.
well, that's when the
Well,
the
yeah.
grant year starts, so their first check probably won't be until December, January 20.
Seven.
6-7.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's more of a
That was
reimbursement, not
When I
like
first
a-
joined, that was the
Gotcha.
whole.
Yeah, you are a year ahead. You guys are a year ahead.
Yeah,
This is the start. Right now, you guys are
First week.
at the same time as the funding that was awarded last year begins.
Okay.
So, so I will do a presentation. I'm thinking I did this last year. I'll do it again this year. I also will do a general CDBG training. You guys are of course all welcome to it, but it will be during the day. It'll be probably in city council chambers. I do have the presentations available. I encourage everyone, including city council, to come because it's just a way to educate everybody on what you can and can't do with CDBG money and how the process works. So
yeah, I wanna come to that.
yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's
I
that's
went
fine.
to the anagrams and
I
everything.
went to the
Maybe I'll
last
Just
one.
not my wedding day.
Sorry. So then finally,
October 18th,
Oh, congrats. It's a week after my kid's birthday.
Saturday. Donna Lepardo is married.
you're
Nice.
2 weeks after mine then. I can remember that because I know people that are like specific time spaced around that.
It's one of my best
Um,
friend's birthdays, so I'll
great.
remember it.
Good choice.
So also while we're talking about the applications, does anyone want only a digital application? Then you don't get the nice little file, but you're also not holding, you're not lugging around a 10-pound file.
I like the log,
Okay, yes.
so I'll take my
Okay, so we're
my books. I like to write on the stuff.
Yeah.
so
Me
I'm
too.
I need to touch
Just,
I did the digital for a year and I was like, okay, I need my book back.
and that's fine if you want. If some people are better digital, so you want a digital.
Yeah.
Does
I
anyone
think
else
it'll
want?
be easier.
Is anyone else digital? Because it basically reduces the number of copies they have to provide to us. They have to provide a copy for every CDAC member, minus anyone who wants digital. They have to provide a copy for city council, a copy for the mayor, a copy for me.
Digital is PDF.
It'll be each application. So they submit a digital copy of everything. So basically, you'll get a PDF for each agency.
I'm good with that.
I'm gonna
I
do
love
that next
paper.
year. I'm tired of killing trees.
So you want digital?
No, this
Oh.
year I'll still take the paper,
Okay, okay.
but next year
Just
I'm
gonna
gonna
kill
get a
the trees
computer
one more year.
specifically for this.
Anyone else? Anyone else want
I
digital?
did that
Are
too.
we good?
You can always
Okay.
learn this for
So just John. Okay.
It was trying to find them
Yeah.
once I got them, because he
When we don't
sent
have-
different ones over
Yes.
later, or different
Yes.
changes and whatever. And then I was like, okay, I need to find the change. Where the hell is the change?
And that's a whole process every year too. Steve and I do that and put them binders together and, oh my gosh.
That's why even having 13 copies instead of 14 copies will actually save us probably an hour and a half of
Always come in
time.
and work
And usually
session.
there's several agencies who
Do you guys
don't
have
get that right
interns?
either.
Do you have interns at all?
No.
Do you want them?
I don't think we can have them. Yeah.
anymore.
Oh,
Why
no.
can't you?
Since COVID, they haven't let us bring them in.
I think
My
it's
office
a
wouldn't
personnel
function
thing,
without interns.
Oh.
like an oversight thing.
But there's also, I mean, it's
Oh.
not just collating. Some agencies put their packets together wrong. Some agencies will give us 10 copies and not extra, so I gotta print off extra copies, hole punch them. It's fun.
It is a
It's
couple
fun.
days.
It
worth
sounds
of
fun.
process.
You're complaining about
It's
it.
a day that gets,
You're thankfully you're saving one copy.
it's a day that goes away.
You're praising 13 instead of 14.
It's a day that gets flushed down the toilet for me.
I mean, I guess if it's that important, if I get you
No,
to
no,
12,
no, go for
are
it.
you sure?
Go for it.
I'm the same way.
Do you want the binder back?
Yeah, the binders, when you're done with them, I'll take
This
them.
one's a
I'll
little-
take any that you get.
This is a little-
Yeah.
I can bring. I have two of
The
them.
the cover's still on.
I kept them all. I have a shelf full of
Yes.
my budget years and city council and the CD.
Oh
I
my
have them all.
god, God bless you.
Yeah,
and
we
your
recycle, well,
storage.
basically we'll toss the paper, recycle everything.
We technically have enough, but if you want to donate back, you are more than welcome.
Then we don't have to order some in the future.
I can do that.
I think he has two big
I
things.
don't know
full
why I
in
keep
his-
them.
I always give mine back. That's why it looks like this. No. No, it's been, it's
I
put
guess I could just shred all that stuff.
If you bring it back, we recycle the paper and then I'll take the binder and put it in the binder
Oh,
closet,
okay.
basically.
Then I don't even have to shred it.
Yeah, you don't have to, yeah, I recycle everything.
So I have a question about, when city council saw, like when you presented and, so I don't know, did they make any huge, or did the mayor make any huge changes, or did they pretty much go?
The mayor made some pretty big changes. City council basically went with what the mayor said for non-service and some of the capital. So like all the parks projects didn't get funded, only a few of those when all was said and done. They reduced, I think they reduced maybe demolitions a little bit that the mayor had said, but it's still above what you guys recommended. I don't have the final budget for me. I can send you guys a final budget if you want.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Send final budget.
I'd just like to know how, how much is,
How much impact we have.
yeah, and I guess it's a good way.
I think we had more impact than we've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, city council really tried to keep what you guys had recommended as true as possible.
Can you send our numbers at the same time you send the final budget so that we can?
No, I have other work to do.
We have them.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
right there.
They're- These are. our
No, but you wanna be able to
numbers
compare.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're already on
Yeah.
I'll do a
Wow.
comparison.
You don't need to do the comparison, just two different,
Okay, yeah.
Files.
No, I mean, it's
Dump
actually not that hard for me to
dump the
do that.
files in there.
Can I just ask you guys a question? Those of you that are mayoral appointees, what does that mean if we end up with like a new mayor? Are you guys like in jeopardy of
I think
losing
our
your
terms
spot?
end
When your term.
Yeah,
our
you're
term.
you're safe until your term ends.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't necessarily matter who the
You may be
mayor is.
stuck with us.
Okay,
You
no,
may
that's
still-
fine, because I'm like, do we have to do this again
No,
with
no.
all new people? No!
Same thing when council gets elected. If you're sort of protected. Now, your city council member could ask you, I don't want you to represent me anymore. You can also say, I don't care.
That's what I'm going through.
Sorry.
So,
I mean,
and then the other side of it is if you don't get reappointed and they don't tell you to stop coming, you can just keep coming.
By Phil and Rebecca won in November, and she hasn't said anything. I don't care. I like to do it. She has emailed me to go to a couple meetings over at MacArthur, because MacArthur has like the South Side
the
has
Southside
the
neighborhood.
main neighborhood association. I'm interested in that. I mean,
Well, I've been on their
I don't care.
list for the
I
last
promise.
2 years and I never get an email.
I'd like to get on that
Never.
list.
well, she told me it's like the first Tuesday of every month, except
Yeah.
July.
No,
Or
it's the
something
end
like
of the month at MacArthur in the cafeteria.
The end of the month.
If they
I don't
change,
know, I'll
they
have to
may
look.
have changed it again.
I thought she said
I
first
used to get
Tuesday,
all their
and they
emails
don't
and now I
meet
get
in,
none of them.
they don't meet in August.
Right.
It's
It
all-
used to be a very strong.
Neighborhood watch.
I would,
I think that would be
I
great
need
to
to
do.
do. I need to
We
do
all
that.
had very strong groups at one point.
It
Yeah.
was very strong.
They slowly
When they
I
faded
first
wish,
away.
started.
I kind of want to get
Yeah.
back into it or go see what they're doing, so.
Yeah. But different personalities impact the
Oh, yeah.
direction,
Yes, it
and then
definitely
people
does.
kind of get disinterested, and
Mhm.
yeah. So
Yeah, I know one of the times they invited me to a meeting and it wasn't a good time for me and I told them straight up I wasn't able to come. And then I think it was Rebecca and Hadassah, they were very adamant about pointing out about how you were not there. And I'm like, of course they were. Of course they were. But that's neither here nor there.
No, we'll have to
I have
go
enough
for it,
people
'cause
that
we're on
want
the
me at
south
their
side.
table. I do not have to pick me energy. I really don't.
yeah.
See, at the First Word Neighborhood Watch, we send out a newsletter that gives a summary of the meetings, what
See?
happened, so that if
I
you're
think
not
the
there, you
South
still
Side
know
has
what's
that.
going on.
It's what we
Yeah,
used to.
no.
Yeah.
No, they don't do it
That
anymore.
No.
Second Tuesday of the month, Senior
Mhm.
Center. on Clinton Street.
Missing them.
We're gonna have a motion to adjourn.
We're
I
gonna
can
roll call.
get your email,
Yes,
it's
it.
on the list. Yeah.
Yeah, we said-
We passed our vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second Tuesday,
All right. Anything further, Steve?
unless there's.
Oh, no, that's it.
Of course, not necessary.
All right.
But give me your.
Let's do a final attendance.
Absolutely. Please put me on.
I'm being quiet.
What?
I said I'm being quiet now.
I said, let's do a final attendance.
Oh. I thought
I'm
you were
being
telling me to
quiet.
shut up.
No.
Mary Ann Callahan, mayoral appointee.
John Bruns, mayoral appointee.
Jordan Trice, 5th District.
Asia Angela First District.
Marilyn Austin, 6th District.
Michelle O'Loughlin, member at large.
Deborah Hogan, mayoral appointee.
Justin McGregor, 7th District and Chair. Do you have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
A second, I saw Deborah's hand over there, sorry.
Second, she's ready to rock.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none?
I love that.
8:02.
Okay, so next meeting.